everyone, and welcome to Alka Rhea Show. Thank you for joining us today. And as always, Rhea and I, we always appreciate each and every one of you joining us because you're here for your success. And Rhea, she talks about real estate, and I talk about from the mindset perspective. So together, her and I, we bridge the gap for your success. So welcome everyone. Today, I am going to be leading the conversation, but before I do so, I want to introduce ourselves. My name is Alka,
My name is Rhea, and
and
welcome
welcome
to
to
our
our
show.
show. All right, so let's get into it. So today, I want to talk about what is essential to us in the business. So we have. And I want to talk about essentially from, the marketing perspective, because the marketing is actually the engine that drives your business. So let's get into it. So here, as always, I'd like to illustrate the diagram. You've got your conscious, you've got your subconscious. So your subconscious is the powerful part of your mind that controls, what you're thinking, how you behave, and the actions you take. And then the B is for the body. Now the B, you're probably wondering, what is the B? The B is your body, and whatever is happening in your body is directly influenced to your mind. So that's why it is so powerful, and vice versa, what happens in your mind, in your conscious mind. Literally your conscious, the C stands for your conscious, and your conscious literally is the intellectual part of your mind that dictates what we do, how we do what we do, and the actions that we take for what we want to do. So, and as I said, the title here is Marketing Ready, Aim, and then you're firing. So you're firing to what you want. So let's break it down. Here on the right side, I've got, your control. So the C is your intellectual part of your mind, but still you are being controlled of how you want to see your life. So whether it's in your business, whether it's at work, whether you are attempting to, get a promotion, for example, get a promotion, whatever the case may be, whatever you are wanting to achieve, you're not doing so. And so hence you are being controlled. And when you're controlled in the controlled environment, controlled in how you perceive yourself to be, and then to get to where you want to go. So you're controlled. And when you're controlled in any situation, it doesn't allow us to move forward. And then, as I wrote here, you're controlled, but then it kind of held you back from achieving. And oftentimes what I've seen, with people that I've spoken with, they've often told me when they feel controlled, they don't aim for what they know is best. They don't go towards, they don't go for what is best for them. And when you don't aim and you hold yourself back, you control, whether you're trying to market yourself, it doesn't happen. So that's why the C is, it kind of dominates you. And so the S for the subconscious, this is where it lies, because the subconscious is the powerful part of your mind. And when you aim for what you want, you aim for where you want to go, you aim for what is going to give you the success in life. So whether in your life, in business, in your career, and at work, that it is so important for you. And so you will do anything what it takes, whatever it takes, you will do, and you will aim towards that goal. You will aim towards what is right. And then here on the right side, I've got down what happens in those situations that helps you to move forward. So one of the things when it comes to marketing, when it comes to knowing, the marketing is the engine for your business that drives you. But as I wrote down here, where in life, when you are marketing yourself, marketing your business, marketing you are marketing you. So because you are the representative of your business. And so where in life do you represent yourself, or where do you not represent yourself and you fall short? You're not aiming, towards the direction of your goals. You're not aiming towards what you should be doing. So your subconscious mind helps you to see where you're going. It helps you to design a plan. It helps you to have that focus on where you need to go and how you're going to go about. And your subconscious. So, because this is a very important part of your mind, it's the feeling part of your mind that allows you then to aim and go for it. As Nike says, go for it. And then do whatever it takes that's required. And I really wanted to talk about this chapter because oftentimes in life, we all have goals for a business, at work, whether we want to get a promotion, whether we want a pay rise, whatever the case is, we all have the goals. But the question comes down, is always here at your conscious. How? How are you seeing? What are you doing? What are the actions that you take every single day that will get you to where you want to go? And so, pretty much next week we are into May, and then pretty much is we are into the 5 months of 2026. This is why it's very important every single day as to how is the how that we want to focus on. Where are we going? The direction. What do we see? How do we go about executing on the plan? And your subconscious is going to be the most powerful factor that will help you to decide, are you controlled? Are you controlled? Are you holding yourself back? Are you holding yourself back? Oftentimes I see people, they do hold themselves back because they have a fear. They are not sure of themselves. They don't know as to, you have that second thought. Should you, shouldn't you? Should you, shouldn't you? We always are playing that in our minds. And so we're always second guessing. And when you second guess at anything, you are controlled. Your mind is controlling. If you recall many conversations ago, I talked about the paradigm. Your paradigm is your limiting beliefs that's holding you back, which is what I have here. Your controlled environment, your controlled thinking, which is your conscious mind, is you have that limiting belief, which is why most people don't aim, they don't fire, they don't go towards the direction that they know is important. And so if you're never ever going to see in yourself the potential you have to go towards that direction, to have the X amount of money you desire. And so if you have your goals, but you don't take the action, and your action is essentially limiting you because of our thoughts. Our thoughts always dictate how much we want, the success that we have, and then the actions follow your minds, your thoughts, and your actions always follow then your behaviors. So this is a logical sequence of events that happen to most people. And so I really wanted to talk about this conversation because it is very important. You know, we are going to be 5 months into 2026, and pretty much, you know, what I spoke about yesterday, it all kind of stems from one another. You know, remember the conversation, remember the challenge, the homework that I gave you to do. The challenge is I wanted you to see, I wanted you to you know, have a scale from 1 to 10. Where are you today? Where are you today as to where do you want to go? And how do you see? What are you doing in between? What are the steps you are taking? If nothing, today is the day you're going to take the steps. You're going to see and identify your patterns. What are you today? What is happening? What is not happening? What do you need to see? What do you need to do? And if you also remember, I talked about many conversations ago, I talked about the knowing doing gap. We know what we need to do, but then the gap we fall short of, are we doing? Are we doing what is necessary? So I am going to stop it right there because I know it's kind of deep. It is kind of, you know, anytime when it comes to the mind, there's a lot to digest. But Rhea, have any pointers you want to add?
Yeah, I mean, you are right. We're almost headed to May.
I
Look at,
know. Wow.
we're almost half of the year. Can you imagine?
I can. It's just gonna fly.
I know it flies so fast. Now, are still people that are stuck, right, in their
Uh-huh.
limiting belief in the paradigm. I mean,
Hmm.
it's just so hard at times, like I could relate to them. It's just really so hard, especially if you've had that limiting belief since you were young.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
make it
Hmm.
simple for our listeners and viewers. What is the number one or two that they can do to get, to break that limiting belief? One or two or three. Just, I know you've had several assignments, but if they're still stuck at this point in time, which we are almost, halfway there to the end of the year, what are like one or two points that they have to do just so they can break that barrier?
Yeah, that's a great question. And so yeah, so anytime, you know, you're finding you're stuck in any situation, you know, you're probably, you know, and oftentimes what happens, Rhea, when we're stuck, then what most people do, they start to compare. They start to compare and they say, well, you know, how come such and such, you know, there's so much ahead. How come such and such? So, you know, that's just a natural progression that happens. But to answer your question, if anyone finds themselves stuck and they feel that they haven't achieved what they probably have the potential to achieve, but they haven't done so, the most important is, as I said, identify where are you right now. So right now you're stuck. You don't know as to what you need to do. What helped me when I first started, I had to believe. I literally had to believe in myself. You know, was I capable? Am I capable? So the affirmations also really does play a key because, you know, and I can you know share with you is that, you know, when I first started, I felt where you are today. But if I did not believe in myself that I have the potential, I can do, and slowly with believing, as Napoleon Hill said, the mind that conceives but believes. He said believe. So you got to believe. The mind, if you conceive in your mind, whatever that you are conceiving, but you don't believe, you don't have the faith, nothing, I promise you, nothing will happen. So you have to believe, and then you have to have the faith to correspond to where you want to go and what you want to desire, you will achieve. So that is a simple formula. Nothing happens, nothing can happen if you don't believe. So that's a number one. Number one, you got to believe. And I had to believe in me that, yes, I had the potential to do whatever, what I wanted, the goals that I had. So I did whatever it took. I took the steps, and I followed the formula. So your mind thinks of something, but then your behavior follows the actions. The actions only comes about from your behaviors and what you're thinking. That was a long-winded answer, but
Thank you for that, Alka. I do believe that, starting number one, like you said, is belief, right? And number two, what I can add to that is, just having small little wins, which adds to your belief level,
right,
your
yes.
confidence level. So what I can add to that, for example, financially, right? So if you're making $1,000 a month, right? I know things are hard right now with the war going on, everything is high, but if you can
Mm-hmm.
save 10%, if not, not even 10%, if you can save 5%, so $1,000, if you're earning $1,000 per month and you want to save 5%, that's like $50 a month. That's already a win for you. So you have to do small little things. Second, in your home, if you just wake up, right, and you don't prepare your bed, or like fold your blankets. There was a general that gave a speech in the college to the college graduates, and he said folding your bed is already a win.
Mm-hmm.
So what you can do, small little wins, right? We're stacking all those small little wins. After you get up out of bed, fold your bed, because that's already a win.
Yeah.
Now, spiritually, so if you believe in God, thanking the Lord, right, for that you're awake, that you're alive, and that you have the ability to change your destiny, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's already a win. So my takeaway too is stacking your small little wins, whether financially, at home, spiritually, because that adds to your belief lid.
It sure does. Yes. Amen. Yeah, absolutely. You know what? If you don't, and also every day is living in gratitude. So I follow that. I tag along with that. You know, the small little wins, yes, your small little wins. At most people, okay, this is the thing about, wins. Most people are going to say, well, it's a small win, but a small win is better than no wins. A small win is going to come with a bigger win, but the bigger win is you're not going to see that straight away. Not everyone does. So, like Rhea had just said, small wins along the way, we are going to see it's going to compound, right? That's important. It's going to compound. And also, what I like to do is I also like to live in gratitude. I'm grateful. I'm grateful to what I have today. Because if you're not grateful and you take things for granted, then that is also not a win. That's also something that can easily be taken away because you're not grateful. So I just wanted to tag with that, Rhea, because that was just so beautifully said. And so with that beautiful conversation right there, we have come to the end of another amazing conversation. But what I do want to challenge you is I want you to be serious about knowing where are you today, because we are going to be in May. And then if you feel that you are stuck, or if you feel you haven't achieved as to what you want to achieve, have a realization of what you need to do, what needs to be changed. So I want you to challenge yourself and write down from a scale of 1 to 10, where are you today, to where do you want to go, and what do you need to do? What are those steps that you need to take that's going to get you there? All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in today, and we will see you at the same time, same place tomorrow morning. Make the rest of the day the best of your day. Bye for now.